That's all right. All right. All right. Okay, cool. I guess I'll leave this. Yeah. All right. Oh, hello, beautiful people. Welcome. Give yourselves a hand for supporting local arts at the Blk Sol, our teacher in the house. Welcome. He's coming to us from Wichita. Has family here. Hello and welcome. I am Christine Hall. I am host of Poetry in the Brew. Tonight's our 11th anniversary. So happy anniversary, y'all. Yay! So we have cupcakes, and I mean it. If you want some cupcakes, we were very sanitary about putting them out, and we have a little thing that you can grab, napkins, and please help yourself if you want. Let's see. So extra special thanks to Portland Brew East. They have been welcoming us into this space for 11 years on the second Saturday. That's so awesome. Thank you to Patrick and Rachel downstairs. I know some of y'all have availed yourselves of the drinks. They've got food too. Make sure you tip in cash to show your thanks. And if you have $5 for the suggested cover up here, that helps cover our expenses. Give us a little honorary to give to the feature. And we have a Patreon too. I want to give a shout out to our impresario extraordinaires, Bonnie Soloway, Rhoda Thomas, and Katie Thompson for helping keep the show running. And yeah, we're here the second Saturday of every month. This show is what you make it. So thank you for making it. We're going to get started right away. And we are actually going to do something a little new and different and start with our feature. Oh my goodness gracious. Please welcome to the mic, Blk Sol.
How y'all doing tonight? All right, y'all. I wish every time I held your hand, I grasped the power to pause time, if only for a moment. Walking through these frozen poses, eager to what our journey may find, would you take that walk with me? Gazing on both our highs and our lows. Basking in the beauty of our mountaintops, but also at the desolation, caves high below. You know, you've already taken my breath away. But I can imagine a different awe. When in every setting, in every scene, it became clearer and clearer that you were the most beautiful thing I saw, but also the most vulnerable, the most damaged. In my soul, a pit grows, thinking of the demons you withhold truly. I can't stand it, don't misunderstand it. I want to be your foundation, your point of retreat. I want to be your appetite when you can't eat, rest in a lullaby when you can't sleep, your voice amongst the masses when you can't speak. I want to be that other half that makes you complete. But that's not to say I don't see perfection in who you are. Glimpses of you, mimic the tail of a shooting star. Fading reminders of a beauty above. The first was your energy and vibe that left me handcuffed. Always filled me up, but somehow left my cup feeling as if it was never enough. I was insatiable for your touch. Can't explain the elation I gained from your blush or the knots in my gut each moment you were in my clutch. Time. Pause. Only just for me. So in this stillness, I built you a monument, hoping one day you would pause and see this mental mosaic I laid out with a singular intent to show proper homage and due appreciation to every moment that was spent with you. Woo! Thank y'all so much. I am so excited. It's the 11th anniversary, so shout out to that. And I've been doing poetry a little bit longer than that for 12 years, and this is the first time in 12 years that I've had both of my parents at the show. The first time my mother has I am excited to be here. This is also my first time performing in Nashville, so this is a lot of fun. So, my name is Blk Sol, and as you're going to see over this set, I really embody a lot of elements about love, community. History is a big thing with me. As you'll see, this next piece called Stop Playing With Me. I don't do a ton of intros to my pieces, so I may say something here and there, but we're going to just weave in and out of the poetry. Is that cool?
Yeah.
All right. All these crazy events you label coincidence, I think it's a plan. So I took time to research and lay out my evidence, and you still claim you don't understand. You don't just sound senseless. You feel a little suspicious. Stop playing with it. And teach the truth to the youth. Stop playing with it. That's all I want my people to do. 16, 19. First thing they teach you, black people, you were slaves. They shackled you, clammed you into ships, and left bloody trails and waves. Now that narrative of the slave trade meant it started 100 years earlier, going the opposite way, but that's a lesson for another day. Very little, if any, was paid, though billions off your labor was made. And it took this country 250 years to label a disgrace. Fight a war, pass a bill, no ink. They used blood for the scripts. We were emancipated but heavily emasculated. The perfect slave was already built. You don't understand? Well, keep listening on. From slave codes to lynch mobs, a massive problem was still shown, so we reconstructed cities like pyramids. You bombed and burned them to the ground. We saw justice in your courts. None was to be found. So we reorganized the strategy, started fighting for civil rights for all humanity. So desperate for relief, we assimilated into insanity, standing on the third floor of a burning house. Should have been enough to leave us down and out, but we fell in love with this black power. This knowledge and nationalism made us feel this land was ours, and just like cowards, they created covert teams. They hid amongst our ranks as they analyzed our methods and sabotaged our dreams. Spread lies and libel by the mouth, but never let their hands show. That is, until declassified documents told the truth to COINTELPRO. We can add drugs and gangbanging to our ongoing projects, playing the destruction of our kids, line our pockets, and black kids will realize this while their parents still struggle for profits. Man, stop it. If you don't understand my outrage, you might be a page out the problem. My purpose is to pop pistols like pimples at the system until it's solved. So either step up to solve it or keep it pushing. It's time to brave make a stand and assault find a cushion, because all these crazy events you label coincidence, it's a plan. And there's too much evidence out here for you to claim you don't understand. You don't just sound senseless. You feel real suspicious. So I say leave it at ease and stop playing with me. I've been performing poetry for 12 years, man. And when I first started performing poetry, I was 19 years old. I really didn't know what I wanted to do in life. I had just stopped playing football. I had dropped out of school. So I really was just up in the air, and I stumbled into an open mic, and it has been lights, camera, action ever since. I fell in love, and one of the things that has been closest to me is my daughter, Liliana. I have a 10-year-old, and at one point in time, I wasn't really in contact with her the way that I wanted to be, and I didn't think I was going to be for a while. So I wrote this piece as a list of advices that I hope that if we didn't reconnect and I didn't have the impact on her that I wanted to, these were things that she would still come to learn. So the title of this piece is called Smile. To the first little boy that walks up to you on the playground, knocks the ball from your hands and calls you ugly, smile. For you are more beautiful than he'll ever know. To the first little girl that calls herself your friend, confides in you, says something to another and it gets back around to you, in the end, smile. For you are more beautiful than she'll ever know. To the first adult with the audacity to reduce your worth, because your skin and theirs more closely resembles the earth, give them the finger. Then smile. For you are more beautiful than they'll ever know. Your smile is your light. So forever let your light glow. In the midst of insecurities, never doubt. Only let your confidence show, for you are more beautiful than you'll ever know. Don't harbor things. See, kids, cruel and vindictive. You get a little older, being young, dumb, and in love is addictive. And even older still, the levels of irresponsibility you will see will be ridiculous. So toughen your skin. But never allow it to shade your beauty from within, for you are more beautiful than you will ever know. Stay constantly in tune with your rhythm of life. Your days will be musical and your blues will move in nights of rhyme. In time, even the sun will bow down at your shine, for you are more beautiful than you'll ever know. To your mother, your family, and your elders, listen. I am insisting. You must listen. For your greatest life lesson, without question, will be wisdom. For your mind, beautiful gem, bringing envy to every storm. Worth every bit of preparation and dedication necessary to understand your landing and persevere to your beautiful end. Remember that when you start your search for him, for you're more beautiful than he'll ever know. See, as your father always wars with demons twice your age. Prolific battles of indecision, immaturity, and rage, this pressure cooker I engage daily in hopes to form a better me. So added to our love as an example projected to be vividly illustrated like movies behind your eyes. So no matter what situation may arise, whether in good or bad times, whether I'm dead or alive, all you have to do is close your eyes and press rewind. Rewind to moments when you were no heavier than a loaf of bread. But the weight of your every breath bore the world, and it forced me to bow my head. I prayed that you never lost the happiness I saw on that day. When barely able to stand, you grip the edge of your pack and play amid your glorious beams, if only to say, Daddy, I am happy. We get to spend another day. Mind your manners and say your grace. Don't talk back and always run your best race. If this advice is in tune to be cursed by poetic lines, I pray one day you hear this and smile. And know I was forever grateful, immeasurably proud, and forever thankful. I call you mine. Woo! That piece takes a little bit out. Update on it though, things are coming around. I did get back in contact with my daughter. Things are mending, so that piece is not as heavy as it used to be. Let's see where we're gonna go from here. Can I tell y'all a little bit about myself? Can I do that? Yeah. I wake up listening to soul, go to sleep listening to Big Crit. What is this? The blues of my life made me search for a kingship. Hoping I'm understanding in time, hard not to shine when most of the world is searching for direction blind, and you see so clearly. You are the sign. I realize I'm different. Probably why I require a little more distance. Blowing in the breeze, but I promise I'm not drifting. You heard what I said, but by the end, we'll see if you were listening. We went from hidden figures to glorifying greed ass niggas. Always pursuing wants and no needs to get ahead ass niggas. Can't breathe, but constantly breathing until some ass niggas can't take care of man kid, but you quick to yell, my dick is bigger ass niggas. No, you shouldn't do that shit, but got to be in the mix. The only pull you got is the sheets that block and the triggers in the same spot ass niggas. Afraid to dream bigger. Martin saw a mountaintop mentally we need to climb. Malcolm said by any means necessary. I guess that didn't include healing your mind. Huey stood 10 toes down, guns displayed, then cocked. You copied and staring at your brothers, ignoring that he was staring at the cops. I wake up, listening to soul, go to sleep, listening to Kweli. Why me? Because elevating these black stars is of all I dream. Listening brought ease to my self-consciousness for being conscious, which really just meant I was searching for answers. If I'm honest, this promise. Formed in grandma's hands on great-grandpa's land, constantly speaks of progression, yet encounters commas. Moments to wait, to pause. Cheering on everyone else for having to fight when it's time for y'all. That don't make sense at all. Like all these national World Health Organizations, but COVID hits and there's no one to call, our conversation seems deeper till you scratch beneath the surface. Most of what you call wisdom is just plantation lip service. Meanwhile, pain, poverty, and trauma are getting paid overtime working. We say stupid shit like, mind your business. Unless gossiping brings you enjoyment. Don't count another man's pockets. Unless we're talking about unemployment. Whether you stayed at home or work, can we please stop telling these lies? The current status of society is because almost 1 million people have died. Can't you hear that Sam Cooke classic following this piece like a soundtrack, keeping it fresh like plastic so soulfully played? Followed by the sounds of Donny Hathaway. One of the reasons I proclaim I don't want to be another nigga. No. But these ladies love my southern drawl. I do dream of 15s and holes in the walls up the street from reclaimed plantation houses with whiskey drinking girls half naked under overalls. I like beans and cornbread. Give me smoked turkey. Don't want no pork. I like fine dark-skinned girls. I can live cleaner than that fork. I like giving my pain to those who don't relate just to watch them take a shot with me because they say they've never felt more the same. I like exchanging my guilt for the sister's shame so they can reclaim the lioness power no man can claim. I like giving my adversity to the youth. It's honest when I say it takes passion to chase your dreams. Like Alice in that Wonderland. You ever wonder, man, what we would be if we weren't fighting this slumber trance, constantly inducing comas just to stop stupidity's advance? Y'all trying to manifest community healing. Well, call me Vance. I died twice. In each rebirth, I found newness and reprieve. I'm growing older, getting bolder, no longer fearing if I succeed. but just how much I lose myself. The speakers never again complete. The sounds of soulful jazz as I greet the sunrise, or them banging country rap tunes with the sunset in my eyes. Synthesizing inspiration like a circuit shocking quick. Black is equipped, because I wake up listening to soul and I go to sleep listening to Big Creek. I'm gonna do one more. I'm so excited my mother got to see me. It's been a long road performing poetry, and there's a lot of times where I didn't think I'd ever see both of these two people watching me perform, much less see them as invested as they are. So this is a really surreal moment for me right now. I told her, because my mother's flying out, so that's the reason why I went first. But if it's okay with y'all, I'm gonna come back later after the other poets do their thing, and I'm gonna get back up. Now I told her I wasn't gonna repeat pieces. This next piece though is kind of like my favorite piece right now, so I'm probably gonna do this piece now. I'm gonna redo it later. Mama, forgive me for this piece. I've been trying not to cuss and trying to keep it at least like love. But this piece, I love this piece, and the inspiration to this piece is also in the crowd. I brought another poet with me from Muskogee, Oklahoma, and she wrote a piece called "Type Love," or "Kind of Love," excuse me. It talked about the kind of love that she brings, which had me thinking about the kind of love that I want. So this is called "Type Love," her type love. I want an all day, all night type love. And I don't care if it's wrong, being with you feels too right type love, or protect my back and attack while I'm blind type love. Not that, baby, why you always gotta fight type love? I want that. If I'm throwing uppercuts, she throwing straight rights type love. But we're alone. Play fighting leads to lip biting and eventually hip riding type love. A forget first sight, I fell at first right type love. A flavor on stage hype type love. Or without you, I don't sleep right type love. I want to share our sweet dreams like Reese's Cups type love. I never call you too much because I can't get enough type love. I'm standing in a full house, I'll poke her until she's flush and dare to call my bluff type love. I go from beating it up, fighting pillows, not to cuss, to the most sensitive touch type love. Hold me up when I'm injured like a crush type love, because I do the same for you in a rush type love still. Be still, because I want a patient type love. I'll be your number one fan, no hating type love. I never complaining or get tired of waiting type love, because even our idle time is creation type love. That's a sacred type love, or we'll make it type love. Or call me when you're pissed off, pacing type love. I can't help but embrace it, but yet still pacing type love. I want a manna from heaven to ease my hunger type love. Oh, baby, I'm coming. No, stay in me longer type love. Now I'm stroking stronger type love. I wanna, if you can't stand the heat, leave the kitchen type love. Oh, baby, did your raggedy ass eat my cupcake? I ain't even tripping type love. Ha ha ha, I'm being silly type love, kidding type love. Mess with my food, you might get a wet willy type love. A childish type love. Flying notes like paper planes with messages written on the wings like the butterflies that's got me smiling type love. You hang up, baby, you hang up. Shawty, you hang up type love. A lingerie and long gaze as you walk out type love. No reply when I ask, baby, you sleep? But booty is now poked out type love. I never stall type love. Never find another like mine, Lou Ross type love. Who told you to wear drawers type love? I want it all type love. A tequila to complete the sunrise every morning in my sight type love. A light type love, because she is light type love. And love is the only thing I seem to write type love. And every time I think I'm done, my pen's like, hi, sight type love, not quite type love. How did this cup get dark? You know I was drinking light type love. A twisted, but still down for the ride type love. Punch drunk, stumbling through a dark night, delirious type love. Living takes a lifetime, surrounded by jokers, so why are you so serious type love? I want to always by your side type love. Don't hold me down, baby, we're meant to fly type love. New atmospheres appear every time we're near, so don't confine our flying to the sky type love. Hard to miss like fist-side star type love. A repetitive Johnny Gill, my type love. I want to support like bras with double G titties type love. A last spot before I leave, first spot I hit before I get to the city type love. I want to know your value and demand your worth type love. Be all you deserve type love. And I'll be the sun if you be the earth type love. And if so, history will speak of what we birth type love. A healing of the hurt type love. A consistent no spurts type love. Or we can't lose if we put the most high first type love. A simplest way to say what it was, I need a hurt type love. Oh. is my time. Thank y'all so much. Blk Sol is my name. Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
That was Blk Sol. Oh my goodness. Yeah, y'all, I think we might get him up at the end of the night with an encore. Woo! Okay, hey, so that was fantastic. What a way to start. Cool. I am always so excited for out-of-town features, but I do have to mention, I'm going to be real excited for our next month's feature, who's in the house, Brandon Long, but we're going to hear from you in just a sec. First, I got to talk about last month was a weird month because we were missing a poet who we almost never miss. And oh my God, we missed him so much. But Billy H. and Mary Beth were not here. And oh my goodness, joy that you're here tonight. And so much thanks and welcome to the first speaker on our open mic tonight, Billy H.
Thanks for all the good vibrations sent in Mary Beth's way. This is 30 days since her heart valve repair. The difficulty was pulling the stairs tonight. Blk Sol, I learned 3 years ago, a crazy old white man can't follow you. Mo Cristo, my dear friend, the now resident poet at Cancun, Mexico, heard me here and startled me. He said, next month I want you to come over and perform with me and Nashville's Black Slammers, Po' Boys. I said, are you sure? He said, yes. And after that first show, I got Mo over in the corner and I said, now Mo, you're gonna have to try to help poor crazy old white man along. I said, you're gonna have to mentor him. He looked me straight in the eyes and he said, Billy H., you ain't never gonna be what I am, a black slam poet. Then he said, I ain't never gonna be, nor do I wanna be what you are, a white spoken word artist. You see, he didn't even call me a poet, and that's what Mary Beth says. So I started using the disclaimer, I'm a lyricist, not a poet. But Mary Beth does observe that now and then, on a rare occasion, when he gets lucky, Billy is accidentally poetic. You see, looking through a small window, it's hard to see the big picture, but I'm totally transparent. My life is organized chaos. Sometimes I chase the dream, sometimes the dream chases me. But my date with destiny could be accidentally poetic. You see, digging for fool's gold, I've gone down some rabbit holes. But impossible is just what ain't happened yet. And history does not repeat itself. But sometimes it's been known to rhyme, and like that famous Mark Twain line, that's when I'm accidentally poetic. I don't believe in writer's block. My mind's just on pause. It didn't stop. And twice a day a broken clock is accidentally poetic. Now when I'm dead and gone, my critics still won't believe it. And even if I prove them wrong, hell, I won't be around to see it, because history don't repeat itself. But it has been known to rhyme. And like that famous Mark Twain line, that's when I'm accidentally poetic.
Keep it going for Billy H. What a rollicking return. Yes. Thank you so much for that. Oh, please welcome our forthcoming August feature, Brandon Long.
So hello everyone. So yeah, I have two poems for y'all, and they are hot off the presses, brand new. So new, in fact, I think I just memorized them right before I drove up here. So we're fixing to find out. So if I face plant, pull out the phone, I mean that's just going to be what it is today. But that's the fun of it. So here we go. This first one is called Blind Curve. Vernacular, spectacular, grammatical afterbirth. Who the fuck made you vocabulary constabulary? Stab you very much. Space kitties come to order. Preordained painkiller peacocks. Vainglorious. Vainglorious. Taste the rainbow, feel nothing. Blushing is red. Blue is a hue for crying. Yellow, cowardice. Shower this reluctant homunculi who winked at the skunk's stink eye, powerless on the outs. What's the upside? What's the upside? Depends on perspective. Perhaps selective breeding really does produce superhumans. Who knew the moon was conquerable and evidently governable while we slave away down here to shave the earth's stubble? Slash and burn, who needs pine trees? Why these rosewood, teak, rainforest freaks? It's not like we need them to breathe. I don't smoke, I vape. I don't vape, I inject glass into my pupils, but only when they're dilated. Dial-up internet. I don't know why I waited. Splinter my head between weddings and pornography. What is love? What is normal? Are we now all too informal or just detached? I suffer from dissociation. I'm a patient. Believe. At ease, behave, be saved. It's all the rage up here on stage. Paid by the page to enrage society. Prepare for war, hate thy neighbor, spurn the other cheek, brothers in arms, and kin in the heat of the flames we call revolution, objectifying clandestine evolution. The perfect time to suggest a solution is right after you create the problem. But weren't we already solvent? The melting pot was supposed to be metaphorical, or maybe metaphysical, makes me dizzy, hits me busily when I'm risking my life to pass 4 cars and 2 motorcycles around a blind curve on my way home from work. Which one is more terrifying? To be that desperate to be somewhere, or to be that desperate to have somewhere to be? Thanks, yeah. Sorry. I remembered all the words in my bathroom mirror before I came over here, if that is any consolation to anyone. Okay, so this other one, I think I can probably remember all the way through. This poem is called, oh, what's the name of it? Did I remember that? Oh yeah, Chicken Dinner. Okay. Winner, chicken dinner. Cuter than a charcuterie board, sweeter than a cinnamon minute. See her in her cat eye glasses, overflowing with molasses, then I'm in it. A massive sugar coma, straight to my dome, like a soul food soma. This is no misnomer. Sweet as sugar, but not as granular. Can I even handle her? No artificial sweetener. A delicious coincidence my meeting her. Shorter than shortcake, but never falls flat like flapjacks. This confectionery, affection very delectable, edible, table is settable, fable unforgettable, Hansel and Gretel. But then, I'm sorry, I didn't know. Everyone wants a piece of the pie till you're being eaten alive. They don't even go to the bottom of the pie tin. I deny my sin. Everyone just steals the icing off the top with their greedy fat fingers. Only that feeling lingers. You are not a snack, nor a morsel of any sort. I'm so resourceful in pursuing my own gluttony, I can't see who's right in front of me. You are not a piece of meat, though you do have a heartbeat and a heart that has needs. Am I picking the strawberries I saw very quickly, or am I lost in the weeds? I'm guilty of idolatry, like your bauble I bought at the Dollar Tree. How small of me, what's wrong with me? I never knew I was capable of this inescapable, malicious, pursuit of bliss. Let's set the table, turn the table, spurn the fable I've constructed in favor of reality. I must admit I can't quite quit chasing my own ungrateful fallacy. My insatiable hunger turns me into a fatality, outs me in my own malady. You are not a snack, a dish, an object, a fruit pleasing to the eye, ripe for plucking. You're a girl. No, actually, a woman, a human being. I get lost so easily, looking but not seeing. Sometimes I forget I'm hardwired to be an animal. I do things that don't make sense, even with good intent. Plus, I'm dense. I already know all the answers, but cancerous question marks festering in the dark and candid concerns still linger. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, I point out with my little finger, the one I want. But I'm sorry, buddy, that's just not how it works. Don't worry, it gets worse. And it also gets better. I'm hoping this is my last love letter to you anyway. So many ways to say this, but I'll try to keep it simple. I'm sorry. That I'm not sorry. I will always hunger for you.
Woo! Keep it going for Brandon Long. That was magnificent. What a preview. Okay. Well, we're going to keep it going with the open mic list. I do want to say, if there's anyone here who isn't on it and would like to be, we keep it open all night. We are next quite excited to welcome what I do believe is a new speaker on our mic. What an honor. And I hope I get your name right. Please welcome Miss J.
Can y'all hear me okay? I'm gonna keep my time on the mic short. So this piece is entitled Soul Food. I always knew I was a snack. Yet somehow he seemed to convince me that I am components of a meal, full course, down to the side says I look sweeter than a plate of yams with extra syrup. Delectable to both his taste buds and his eyes. See, I always knew I was a snack. Yet somehow he seemed to convince me that I am something like Big Mama's cooking on a Sunday after a soulful service. She put her foot, elbow, and love into this meal. He made me feel like I was more than what was plated. Says that I'm more than enough to keep his palate and his taste buds elated and satisfied. He looked me deep into my eyes and told me I'm soul food, and he showed good eat. He said, forget the breadcrumbs, girl, you are the potatoes and the meat. He made me feel like I was a feast set for me. He placed my crown on my head and told me that I am a queen. I always knew I was a snack, but he convinced me that I am soul food. Miss Jane.
Miss J, keep it going. Thank you. Wow. We got a cool conversation emerging tonight. I love it. Thank you so much, Miss J. Great to hear from you. We next welcome. Hey, thank you. Yes.
Hi. I go by A. This is like my third open mic ever. And the other two are in Chicago. So, you know, I don't have my poetry memorized. I don't. But I have two poems tonight. Driving down the road of the place you once called home. Past two houses that in the winter are lit up with lights for competition. Around a bend you remember taking when you were only 13. At nighttime, you'd see the deer there. During the day, you see the big trees, perfectly placed greenery, scenic where it's convenient, the smell of old, damp dirt, and the car AC that blows back dust. You at one point used to live here. With your mom, you used to learn here. That's the street that grew you, watered by humidity, sprouted by the moon. Those are the stars that showed you, guided like a map. They inspired you. Where you are now, you can no longer see them. These people, they know you. They look you in the face. They helped home you. Not home is in the physical, but home is in the heart. These people helped grow you. Why are you so different now? Do you not remember the water given to you in the form of knowledge, in the form of recipes, superstitions, traditions, love? We miss you. We miss the way we used to look at you, full of potential. You were going places, so where have you gone? You're back home now. 2 months is beneficial. Hug your mother, see your brother, and relearn what you've forgotten, because deep down you're the child that was planted and grown right up Bell Road, turn right on Elm Hill, by the cactus. That's where you were shown to be you. Learn to be you again. This next one is called Becoming. You're moving towns, leaving loved ones, on to something better. Go out, be great, learn great, and come back better. A send-off, a wish, you're ready, you leave. The crisp smell of gasoline and sounds of bustling outside your window, that's what it sounds like being the protagonist of your own story. The muffled laughter into cups of cheap vodka and drunken crying sessions on an unnamed person's couch, that's how you know you're exciting. The giggling inside of dorms, cracking a window to smoke a cig, cuddling with friends after a hard day, that's how you know you're loved. Do you know what it's like to become the villain in your own story? Don't get out of bed, you don't deserve it. Your apologies don't matter when you've committed atrocities. No one loves a liar. I don't care what you meant, it's what you did. Actions speak louder than words. How's it feel to know it's your fault they're leaving? You can say sorry all you like. You almost ruined someone's life. You're so unaware of your own privilege. You can't see past your own ignorance and see how you've treated the people around you. It doesn't matter what you had planned last week. It doesn't matter what you gave. $20 for cigs doesn't make up for being a bitch. They discovered something not even you knew. You're a bad person. Now you're alone. Don't go back home. They don't want you either. That's running away. Wondering how you'll pay rent? Good. That's why I'm leaving. I don't care what your side of the story is. We all know you lied. All the nice you were before seems null and void in the face of how awful you've become. Miscommunication is bad, but the way you handled it is what the problem is. So now no one can trust you. No one can love you, knowing what you did, knowing what you said. How could you be so unkind? When all you wanted to do was be better, you failed miserably. Go home. Tell your mom you failed her wish. Hear the disappointed, I raised you better than this in her voice. Hope she sticks around. Hope you can stay off the streets, not that you deserve it. Wonder what you could have done different? No, there's no way of changing it now. Mourn over the friends you'll never have again. Say goodbye to the memories you're not allowed to love anymore. So you're becoming, so you became the one thing you never wanted to be. The thing you laid in bed and had nightmares about. The thing you would end friendships over yourself. A monster. What a thing I become.
Keep it going for A. Thank you. That was beautiful, potent work. I'll be keeping an eye and ear out for more. You're in Chicago currently, just visiting here, or?
I'm from here. I was born and raised, but I moved to Chicago for school.
Sweet. Well, I mean, good schools. Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, I mean, I'm still ears and eyes out. That was excellent. Thank you. Ooh, welcome back, and thank you so much, Lori Todd.
There's a lot going on in the world. So much needing change. If we want to change what's going on in the world, we're going to need to start with us. Not them, him, her, or anyone else. Me. Overcome my division within, which is being reflected on the national stage, and between races, genders, groups, and individuals everywhere. It's easy. Catch up on releasing my own anger, hurt, honest, and deserved sadness, and the pain holding all of that anger in. Again, how? How do I release the anger and its hidden but necessary pain? Feel it. Do we have the courage to do that? The pain in our lives builds up into ever-increasing anger until we do. For example, a little boy at the park falls down, scrapes his knee badly, sees people watching him, so he jumps up and pretends it doesn't hurt. Nope, not at all. Then his even smaller younger sister and mother woke up. The tiny toddler sister touches him, barely, and yells at her and bursts into tears. Mom has no idea why, simply knows intuitively that he must be hurt. Now sister is crying too. She holds them both with so much love until the pain passes. People stare. What? Huh? Let's stop staring and be the ones who have the courage to cry, to wail, to suffer, in whatever way each of us will. And when we reach the bottom of all the pain, and we can and we will be free of addiction and anger and be loved again. It may take minutes, it may take hours, days, months, years, decades. But we can get to the bottom of the pain and empty it and be peace again. Return to our love within our humility and be free. The world will improve as we go, as will we, and our starting over process of draining our own anger as victims will inspire others to do the same. Honesty. It's catching. The love named Christine. The love named Carter. The love named Blk Sol, Billy H., Mary Beth, Brandon, Ed. The love named Mari. All colors, all genders, all types, all nations. And then we begin the task of changing the world. Our own pain first. I love you all. Here's a poem that came through as I've been going through this process. It's a process that's been worth it. Our relationships improve as we do. Gifts we never even knew we had begin to shine through. And we can use those gifts to serve ourselves, each other, the planet. It goes from breath of a tree to change the world. It is simple, just this. In our own heart, care. Listen, learn to be, then teach it. And this is the solution for peace. Through this peace, all else can be achieved. The tiniest change has been noiselessly made. From no to yes. Without a word spoken, life has re-entered the galaxy of my being.
Thank you, Lori Todd. We love you. Yeah, with a love that knows and carries your name. That was such heartfelt and important words from you tonight. Thank you. Y'all are powerful. I really appreciate you coming together in this space and lifting up your voices. And yeah, make sure you carry them out there into the world where you are needed. We are now honored to welcome back to the mic. Thank you so much, Kelsey D.
Hi, friends. I've been out of town and got back last night and woke to rain to my surprise. So I thought I'd read a couple rain poems to keep the water coming. This first one is entitled Rainy Season. Sheets of rain again. I rinse and repeat the day, find rubber boots to wobble along, unsteady. Everything is soaked, and I've never been a fan of excess. I've grown weary of the sodden earth, of the ground so wet it sprouts sponges, mushrooming under my feet, green the only color around. Our children are saturated, yet fearing their thirst, we pour waterfalls down their throats until they drown from the inside out. We lay them in copper tubes, greening their pale skin, steeped in bedtime stories of poor children who must walk barefoot where the earth cracks from too much sun. Places where green is unattainable, where skies are rich with rubies and golds, worlds of visionary sunsets, only visible without the clouds. Overhead, our skies remain, the pine dark accumulating, immersed and bloated. We gorge our newborns until their eyes succumb to the cumulus and burst rivers of tears. We see their swollen lips and wonder why they cannot smile. Okay, this next one is called Homecoming. Too many versions on my phone. I've got to find the right one. When the low morning fog comes growling, I rise to greet her, the sun still resting from a heavy day spent blazing. I've been here before, this narrow space between waking and dreaming, no light for the shadows to see. I follow the stretch-marked earth down to the dark river where the beaten path beckons sure of itself, stamped through time by Mother Deer. Beneath an empty moon, the underbelly of the forest greens new weeds while a newborn rain dipples the soft dirt, tickling my silent footprints. And when my secrets start to seep, I touch each one before casting them among the mossy rocks. Their voices vying with the twisted roots of ancients, determined to reach the water's edge. Running since birth, the river now waits unquestioned, like a slow death primed for arrival. Still sleeping in its skin, her brown waters curl the warm bank, as muddy as the churning sky. Washed up, half a catfish head steams in its ooze, one eye staring south, basking in the sweetened stench from last night's forgotten feast. And when I start to believe this a punishment for those who dared kiss the river's mouth, old winds begin to sigh, and ghosts of former selves wake inside the moon-dark morning. And when the sky decides to fully free herself, unashamed in her ugly cry of grief, this is beauty. Thank you.
Kelsey D, thank you. That was stunning phrasing. Ooh. Resonant. Yes. So fitting. Thank you very much. All right, welcome everyone. I have an open mic list here. If you're not on it but would like to be, please join us. We're just a little over halfway through the list, and we also have 11th anniversary cupcakes, which I won't be like sad if you don't eat them. I have kids at home, but I will say they are key lime and orange cream and cotton candy, and there's some unicorn popcorn in the center and a little server. You can sit down and just take some on a napkin. I'm just saying, you're welcome to them. All right. But next, excited to introduce, I do believe this is a first-time speaker on our microphone. I hope I get your name right. And thank you so much. Welcome, Janelle Curlin Taylor.
Hello. You did such a lovely job of using this mic. I'm trying to do what you did. I am a recent immigrant from Texas. I'm glad to be here.
Welcome to the United States.
That will help explain my point. The emptiness of hollow men. I feel a great emptiness listening to accounts of a recent school shooting. A whole town trusting in guns, not in common sense, not in safety protocols, not in love, not in a higher power, just guns. 19 children, 2 teachers dead, 1 grandmother's face blown away. 19 trained men armed to the teeth, Kevlar vests, macho mottos, stand outside with their guns, with their beloved guns. Inside, little children bleed and die. Faith without works is death.
Thank you, Janelle. Thank you so much for lending your voice to that vital message, and thank you for coming here to speak it. Thank you so much. Ooh, welcome to Nashville. Y'all come back. I think this might be, it's possible. It's a first timer. It's possible. Also, in 11 years, I might not remember everybody's name, but I'm going to say this name, and I'm going to tell you. Oh, I'm thankful you're here, and welcome so much, Jeffrey Taylor. Oh, hello,
yay! This is my first time here, but Jeffrey Taylor is a common enough name. There's probably another one, at least one, in Nashville. I once served on a jury with another Jeffrey Taylor. We who are here are here not because we are heroes, not because we are the eternal champion, but because we got back up when we were knocked down. Got up and entered a Zoom room covered by a profile picture taken when our hair had less gray, when we had more energy, explaining, I haven't had my coffee yet. The window behind shows a different time zone. We are here not because we are heroes. We are here because we have not yet encountered a day that knocked us down beyond our ability to get up. We are here knowing there are conflicts where better people, stronger people encountered a knockdown that has not been our burden to bear. Lord, in the time of trial, be with us. democracy in Native America. A ballot will not come to the post office box of a house with no number on a street with no name.
They're going for Jeffrey Taylor. Thank you. Ah. We're here the second Saturday of every month. Would love to see and hear you again. Thank you both. Oh my goodness. That was gorgeous. Hey, okay. We're welcoming back a returning favorite. Thank you so much. And hello, Greg Slade.
Hey everybody, nice to see all you poetry people and patrons. It's called Through the Looking Glass. This fractured reality you've manufactured, it's a malady. I am not mad, so why are you so mad at me? So I'm bad if I can't agree to see the fracture you're so wrapped with? Oh my, well gee, excuse me please. How should I come not to know the truth of the things I myself have seen? You say by choosing this delusion that you can prove on a screen that my concerns are invalid if you only wake up to the dream, where the truth can be whatever you want it to be. How do you see in the haze of this make-believe? Not very well. But at least you all seem to very much agree. We see the same splits and we all feed the same beast. The common delusion makes us feel so complete, so righteous and determined. We who absolutely cannot see. If you would just join us, we wouldn't seem to be so mean. Can't you see how it hurts us when you speak of the truth you've seen? All the truth we have only ever does as we please. I don't understand why you have to understand all these many things. Isn't it better just to do and die praying for the grace of the King? Is not liberty meant to be blind, or was that justice? Who knows even the reason why? Abandon the truth for once and trust us. Take this red pill and get puffed up. Forget the poor now, they can get fucked up. Forgiven for all the ways you yourself have fucked up. Looking down is now how you lift off, up and away, leaving a wake of the properly pissed off. Eventually, you don't even have to ask whose ass you can handle or whose ass you can hand them with the guy by your side who's behind the commandments. The conundrum of faith as a tool. No one has more faith than a fool, and no one loves more than a madman. That was Through the Looking Glass. Something a little more gentle and pretty here. It's called The Old Bull and the New Religion. Perhaps I was the one who was too young to know the pain of such beauty becoming so undone. Perhaps I was the one who had no way of knowing better. Perhaps I should make a song of apology from this unsent letter. Perhaps I could have known, could have seen, had I been more wise to the meanings spoken subtly in between. Had I more to glean from the chaos underneath, had I a rise in strength rather than a decline in the will to breathe, perhaps I would not have been so young, and you'd have not seen me not rise from my knees. Having been assisted by some spirit to speak, some magic made from the right symbols and shapes to convey the way I'd hoped you'd stay, to show you why you shouldn't leave. Perhaps the right vibration and tone could have brought the rhythm and harmony home, a balance of powers as opposed to a lonely throne. As old as I was perhaps too young to know. I thought a long time you were the one too young to be true. So long ago now, back when we said our I do's. Looking back sometimes provides a different kind of view. Older, wiser, less inclined to fall to my knees, a little more spirit animating my speech. If you were here, I would not tell you to leave. I'd tell you I love you, and you would believe. That was called The Old Bull and the New Religion.
Greg Slade, thank you. Moving. Oh my goodness, I think we may have a first timer to introduce now. With excitement and thanks, I welcome William Garrett Lee. Hello.
This is the first open mic I've read at, so it's kind of uncharted territory for me. But this first one, I got three little short ones. First one, I'm still workshopping the title for, but for now, we're calling it The Stooges Sang a Song Like This. That big old damn dog probably thinks he's God. I mean, look at him, drooling all over everything and pissing and shitting all over everything. Some honky ass human scooping it all up. Fuck, I want to be a dog. Just run around in the park, or lie around lazy all day and chew on sticks and have someone wipe my ass. Not care about anything.
Yeah.
This one's a little more serious, but it's called Sunwoman. She shines like the sun, smile beams radiating, UV of 11, bathing in it, skin burning hotter by the minute, warmth penetrating, seeping into my bones, swimming into my own sweat, her tender sun kisses turning to little brown spots on my shoulders, and sweltering sweetness dyeing highlights in my hair. But I want more. Make my skin bubble and peel away, look me in the eyes, make me go blind, give me a life of endless summertime, set me ablaze and burn me up. But please don't let it go above 3rd degree, because I'm going to feel it all. All right, and this one's called Shirtless Little Shithead. Now, why in the hell do I have to wear a shirt all the time? I just want to walk around showing off my tiny little heart and stupid little soul to everyone around me. Got a big old fat tummy full of love for everyone to touch. I just want to be a shirtless little shithead, pestering people, piss drunk with affection and infatuation for the world's beautiful creatures.
Oh, yeah. William Garrett Lee! That was splendid and fantastic! And I really hope you come back and join us again. Thank you. Oh, hey, I think it's another name new to the brew, another voice. Thank you and welcome, Megan Forbes. Did I get it right? Is that right? Yay! Hello. Tall girl.
Thanks for doing this. This is my very first open mic.
Oh my God!
Thank you everyone for everything you've shared so far. It's been awesome. This is called Daydream. I keep having this recurring daydream. I'm walking into an old, empty church I've never seen before, on a street I do not recognize. Each time, I watch myself press the door open, enter, and hear the click of the door latch close behind me. I walk right into the sanctuary and lay down on my back on the floor. I don't know why, but the room looks like what I imagine an old Episcopal church looks like. Bold, squishy carpet, splashes of stained glass. I never went to an Episcopal church, I think. This space feels old, I think. It smells old, I think. But honestly, I don't really notice anything else about the space, and that feels slightly intentional. I ignore the front of the room. I don't want to look up and see if there's a cross or a piano or an altar. I just fix my attention to a spot on the bright red carpet about halfway into the room and lower myself down left of the center aisle. And I just lay there. In real life, when I think about going to church again, I can't. I literally can't imagine it. The possibility is situated someplace between never and I don't really know what to say about it, and I don't really know what to think about it. But lately, when I'm alone in my car, when the hum of the tires on the pavement pairs with the white noise of familiar music, and my mind and heart are at ease, lost inside my own thoughts, some part of my soul takes me to this running picture of a part of me, without explanation, walking into a church that isn't mine, laying down on my back on the dirty old red carpet, inexplicably and precariously between the wooden pews, staring up at an old peeling ceiling, just taking deep breaths. In my mind's eye, I look at her and I just watch for a while, caught somewhere between my anxiety and my curiosity. I quietly ask her, "What do you want?" And she just lays there, staring up at the ceiling and says back, "I don't know, but I'm just gonna lay here for a while. Thank you."
Oh. Megan Forbes, thank you. That was extraordinary. Please share more poetry, and please with us, if you please. I'm loving all of the infusions of new voices, our returning friends. This gathering, yeah, 11 years, yeah. And guess what? We're down to our last reader on the open mic tonight, so if anybody isn't on the list yet who would like to be, this is your chance to join. We're gonna call our feature back up for an encore in a moment. But next, I get to welcome my son, T.C. Smith.
I can see myself on the computer screen. That is.
No, just ignore it.
Hi. I usually talk for a second when I get up here, and I'm going to do that this time, but I think I'm going to be a bit more coherent than usual. It's been a really weird month for me. Kind of just grueling. Like, life is now, because that's just the way things are, apparently. I'm actually really, really proud of this poem. I've been writing it while sitting up here listening to all you lovely people and your amazing performances. So thank you for that. This is like the one time of the month that the inspiration flows, and it really means a lot. But oh boy, just the state of the world sits like lead in my chest. I'm angry and sad and really trying to stay hopeful, because optimism is good, it's healthy, but oh boy, is it hard sometimes. This week, I've been reading a lot about astronomy and shit. My poem doesn't have anything to do with that at all, but I just wanted to bring it up because it's awe-inspiring, and it's almost comforting to know that no matter how bad things get for us here, yeah, our lives are important because they're our lives, but the universe doesn't care, right? It just goes on forever, and it won't notice if we're gone. And to some degree, that's comforting. So here goes the poem. I wrote haiku. It's just a series of haiku because that's what I'm good at. So here goes. Gulp down the river, devour all that's dared to live. Earth's your oyster. Ivory towers, idols in the machine, majesty unimpressive. The smog-choked sunrise, synthetic jungle, steel, stone, built to outshine the heavens. Molten metal blood, wrath and righteousness balanced. Is it hate or love? Burning cities, salting fields, cathartic iconoclasm won't make them see. Forward thinking now, powderized skulls, fertilized fresh fields, new harvest.
Thank you, T.C. Smith. Let's hear it again for all our open micers tonight. Oh, you magnificent folks. Thank you. We will invite our feature back up in just one second. Before we do that, a little bit of closing business. I think I might say a poem. I haven't done that in a while. I don't know if I can even, but I'm gonna try. Y'all inspired me too. It's like, the muse is in this room. There's something about it. Oh, wow, you made that. Called it. Hello, thank you. Okay, so first, on your way out, if you haven't yet, you want to show some thanks to Patrick and Rachel and the crew at Portland Brew East who stays open like just for us. Make sure you tip them in cash. We also got that suggested cover if you can do that and pitch in on our costs up here. We got the cupcakes. We've got another show coming on the second Saturday of August featuring Brandon Long. On the first Saturday of every month, we're actually online on Zoom, and we have an international crowd who hangs with us. So if you ever want to check that out, we are poetryinthebrew.wordpress.com. We post all our stuff there. We're at Poetry in the Brew on all the socials. You can email me if you have any ideas. This is a community event. We do sometimes little special one-off events. Like, for instance, the Tomato Art Fest is coming up and they do a tomato haiku contest. So start thinking of some tomato haiku and you can send them in and maybe win a prize. I don't know. Maybe Brandon will help judge them with me. Maybe. I don't know. Okay. So also, a poem. I will try that. I have a feature coming up, not for a little while, but it's in November. It's Scarlett Bennett, which is like and I've had a long time to prepare for this, but it is time I actually start. Okay. Fart face. There are some things I don't like to face. Like, sometimes I don't like how his mouth tastes, or it's too wet or too wide, swallowing me too quickly. I turn aside. Do not want to face this. Do not want to waste this. What do I want then? What is my yes? Hawaii, Kauai, farming and skinny dipping. If I can't save the world, then I suppose it's time to start thinking about saving myself. I know somehow these things are linked, that I can only do my part, and here's where I start. Some lady stabbed her boyfriend after he farted in her face during an argument. That's the headline, but actually, he threw the knife first. Here is where we start. We both take turns starting it, and when we really get going, we both feel finished. Excuse me if we don't part with a kiss. The taste of this chanting, unenchanting. The saliva thick and sticky. The mouth open too wide. The forthcoming apology sickening. Lurches everything to a halt. All my processes. That's the second time he said it first. I'm sorry to keep track, and I'm not. Love can't be justified, but it must be just. Taken on the whole, no one moment can make or break it. Everyone gets a second chance with a second set of specs. Promises can still be broken, even with lips. When no promise is made, one can still be expected, and one's heart still broken. Open. There, my heart has molted. Come, give me a kiss. Thank you. That was fun. Thanks. Now I want you to give an extra warm welcome back to our feature, Blk Sol.
Give yourselves a round of applause again, man. This has been a wonderful night. I am super excited that I got to share this with everybody. Hats off to all of the performers. I truly have enjoyed the evening. I'm gonna do a couple pieces. I'm gonna get up out of here. We get ready to head back to Oklahoma. So This was like my little break before we get back on the road for 8 hours. So I appreciate y'all. Can I tell y'all the story? Don't judge me though, y'all. Right? Don't judge me. It's funny how life circles all the way around. How it can reconfigure your lows and use them to elevate you off the ground is something strange. Scorpio, baby, was my response after she yelled cancer game. Her face was easy in her eyes like a Sunday bill frame. Show you ride. It was a show night. So a quick, so beautiful to meet you was all I could get out before having to handle some things. Fast forward, my roommate is dating her homegirl and they chilling on speakerphone. I was drinking on my own, but the thought of Shawty wouldn't leave me alone, so I hollered, hey, where your fine ass friend at? She said, what you want with her? I said, girl, you know what I want, as I started to clap. Next thing all I hear is a bunch of and niggas ain't shit. Next thing I know, Shawty whole ass married and got a kid. But quickly, my response was, my bad, I didn't know. Forget I said a single word. I'm not trying to break up a happy home. But less than a week will pass before my roommate's girl moved in, and that is when my descent into madness begins. One day, Shawty shows up to pick up a friend from work. 2 grande, medicine balls in hand, she walks in shocked when she sees me putting on a shirt. I'm thinking to myself, a small convo won't hurt. Damn! You making Starbucks runs? Inconsiderate. I like coffee. How you know I ain't want some? She blushed, but didn't reply. I commented on some ongoing retrograde in the sky. She cut her eyes, but I noticed the more I spoke, the brighter she smiled. Before she left, she asked me, how would you like your coffee next time? And I paused. The abrupt break in the silence took me aback, so I responded naturally. Hell, I like it like I like my women. Strong, hot, and black. Again, she blushed, but didn't reply. I figured that was the end. Until the next morning when I woke up and she handed me a black coffee as she walked in. Now she's complaining about her husband. I'm trying to defend him like I'm his cousin. She's steady saying she don't give a damn. I'm like, Shawty, slow down. You young. Fight for your family. Whole time she looking at me like she want to smoke soul by the gram. Initially I refused, but it didn't take much to push me. Creeping in them sheets made that thing sweet thing twice as gushy. This was right after my roommate was clowning. You done fell in love with Mary pussy. I denied it, but was fully compliant. I mean, she would squirt on my lips after just a few licks on the tick doing the initial slip. Before you know it, we was fucking late and taking trips. Feeling the rush of this life we live when you decide you have 0 fucks to give, we boldly play chicken with the impending crash type shit. Husband walking out the front, she sucking my dick in the back type shit. Ironic enough, it was Snapchat that snitched. He could have found any of the pics of vibrators on clips or loud shots before position switch, but no. 2 messages. From her, I love her. From me, on my way with the emoji of a dick. Ain't this a bitch? Now faced with the reality of what we did, she made her first smart decision and ghosted me quick. Let me forget the piece. She made her first smart piece and ghosted me quick. With not a word spoken, she left my heart broken, and as stupid as I was, a few lessons left me open. Every kind word, warm hug, soft touch, and nut was made possible by the fact I didn't love myself enough, which led to a crippling depression, where I sought out the most base forms of attention and affection. Now, I'm not saying we should have done it, or that I was right, but it reminded me how little I love myself, and it reminded me of what falling in love felt like. So it took a little time, but I got back on track. Karma was patient. It got its lick back. Before I was loose with women, now I'm no coochie type. I spent desperate days searching for the sun. Now I lazily lounge underneath the starlight, full circle. Every moment with my new love is both new and like deja vu. I love myself enough to love her ugliness and her truth, her imperfections and her intuition point and show me a new position that I love. It's funny how life comes full circle and all debts come due. Like taking what I learned from infidelity to confirm I'm falling in love with you. Thank you. Okay. This is a newer piece, so we're gonna see how this goes. We'll try to get through it. It's called For Sale. Our families are too sick, our kids grow too quick, so they misunderstand respect. Their minds are stripped and their mouths is too slick, but what the fuck do we really expect? When girls don't see beauty outside of plump lips and plump hips and thick lips. Boys think that keep depends on how long they can keep a hard dick. Our community seems to think we're not hoes to this image because at least publicly we've stopped endorsing pimping. Shit. Silly bitch. Why? Tricks are for kids. I'll let y'all play these games. Why would I give a fuck for change when we still fuck for change? It's either AOB or spend your bag on me as if any of this money can heal the pain. Y'all sound the same, and I might be the same. You know why? Because I got love for sale. Love for sale, love for sale, love for sale. You heard me right. I got love for sale. Hey, brother, I give you 20 for 10 and let you hold 5. It's just that live because I got love for sale. In less than 3 months, 30 billion to the Ukraine. Still no word on whole ass missing planes. Abortion rights abruptly stopped like separating trains. Jeffrey Epstein didn't commit suicide, man. Supply, abortion, COVID popping, supply chain losses, the workforce demands their worth, but companies report record profits. It works because you remain distracted and impatient. So you don't see merciless greed. You see natural inflation. And no, I'm not conspiracy chasing, simply pointing to the basis. The fact they'll debate any topic as long as it ain't truth or reparations. Y'all, I'm losing my patience. But if y'all still paying, guess what? I got love for sale. Love for sale, love for sale, love for sale. You heard me right. I got love for sale. You better get it while getting it is it, because once it's gone, you're going to wish you did. I got love for sale. Fuck you and your correction. I choose the bullet over the ballot because I've never found a sense of safety in an election. This process upholds the wishes of white men at the expense of everyone else's protection. What you call culture, I call oppression. Sure, racism exists, but when is the last time you cleaned streets in your section? We misunderstand pride, have an enemy but aim at the wrong side. Self-inflict wounds with the nerve to ask why. Living in a world where depending on how you feel, the ground can become the sky. Y'all, I got love for sale. Love for sale, love for sale, love for sale. You heard me right. I got love for sale. Hey, sister, half price. I give you a fifth of affection as long as in exchange you promise to take this handle of depression. I got love for sale. We're still believing in broken families. Too stubborn to admit traditions trace trauma and tragedy. We ask for amnesty, but engage in atonement absently. That shit don't make sense like bad alchemy. Attention spans bleed creativity due to lack of capacity and the fact so many are high off this new drug called audacity. Unconditional eyes only applies to infancy. So cold and sold on the value of being sold, you think you can be independent independently. Ooh, Lord, y'all ain't hearing me. Like trying to explain toxicity to the keepers of bigotry. This truth displays a dim world we try to tell the youth. Shines brilliantly and then treat them like assholes when their demeanor reacts flippantly. Do you think money, time, or energy when I say I'm speaking? Do you think what you know, what you feel, or what you can buy when I say this shit don't make sense? I'll rain lyrics like hell on whatever's driving your thoughts until it's got dents. Ladies and gents, I got love for sale. Love for sale, love for sale, love for sale. You heard me right. I got love for sale. Teachers still get away with racist comments. Cops still lynching niggas continuing their KKK homage. The American dream is the most prolific, broken promise still. We allow our seeds to be birthed into this bondage. It's pretty clear to me what we need ain't hard to tell. That's why you can catch me sun up to sundown, hustling the block, hollering, I got love for sale. I'm gonna do one more, then I'm gonna get up out of here. Again, my name is Blk Sol, Blk Sol. I'm like that on all the social media platforms. Look me up. I travel around, so hopefully I'll be back. I'm definitely gonna come back through. This piece is called The Remedy. And I used to be a slam poet once upon a time. I don't really slam too much anymore. And this is when I wrote this piece. Trying to be funny a little bit towards poets. Performers, pay attention at the way that I spin it. From ballrooms to bars, I'm putting on a clinic. See, capturing attention, that's something I do without thinking. Because the passion in my bars can be seen while blinking. They can be heard while deaf, felt while numb. The lame can dig it and it's understood by the dumb. I even once heard, I fucks with your soul, echo out the back from the mouth of a nun. While I was gripping with the intensity like it was the end of my run. But funny shit, I've been doing this since day one. And they still run up on me like it's a hobby. Or this is a joke. Like, so, spit me some of those poetic quotes. I don't even tell them they offended me. I just let my art spoke. Since funny, it seems like common sense would heal the folk, but pain, poverty, and injustice has a strange hold. We found a sense of fulfillment in fighting to overcome, but what if what we were really meant to become? How much harder is our run? Uphill, fighting stereotypes, high expectations, and unwarranted hype. Nursing broken images of what it means to be feminine or masculine, focusing far too much on natural bias and not enough on balancing. All of a sudden, they serious and shit like, damn, so how you handle it? I tell them from time to time, I have to sit myself down and in the quiet of my mind, seek out this definite sound. Often muted by the monotony of a mundane life. I maintain a 9 to 5 because I was taught to provide, but something stirs slowly inside. Crisp, like a brisk breeze beneath the spring sunrise, I hear the faintest whisper saying, it is your time. Take definite steps to mature into the man necessary to execute your purpose and plan. With you, the vessel, and me, the supply, you'll stay in demand. Mix talent and hunger with drive and purpose. Then keep your priorities straight. Let discipline be your direction. Although it's something you may never seek, you can still reach for perfection. That every inflection echo my deepest reflection that love and connection is our only healing from the infection of seeing poverty as a weapon. Education as manipulation, thus teaching the coldest lesson. Your best effort will get pushed to the side like dressing, but there lies a subtle blessing. Amongst the stressing and idle guessing along this path we are trekking, rest the true purpose of your testing. Some will call that destiny. There will come some terms that will define your road. The decisions you make will lay out the setting for when your story is told. The climax will be determined by your ability to follow through, your willingness to sacrifice, and your dedication to truth, like a seed. I have matured massively into a tree bearing fruit for you to eat. This is nourishment for your soul. Don't be shy. Come make a plate when I speak. Indulge in my sermons, because so many are hurting. I won't say I can take away the pain, but what can is change, so remove the curtain. Pierce the veil of the mysterious to reveal what they won't admit. Unify to demand what is due. Execute and commit. Though it is easier said than done, at some point we must begin. Lest every step we think is progress moves us no closer to an end. This system is a cycle. So we will be in that place again. When we were ready to move and easily distinguish foe from friend. So keep fighting. Soon you will break through and feel the shine of the sun warming your dreams, unlocking wisdoms already stored in your mind. This poem is meant to encourage you. For the race is not given to the swift. We must be strong and persevere to the end to endure and begin this shift, knowing more will be needed after, but we'll cross that bridge as it comes. For now, pick up the baton, support one another, and run. I told y'all pay attention when playing about that clinic. I make love to a mic and dare you to say I ain't get up in it. I'm relentless, creative, inventive. This is really my passion. I do this so much I can do it without blinking. I can do it without thinking. I close my eyes and see the writing on the walls while blinking. I hear the voice of the creator while deaf, feel a loving touch while I'm numb. I can stand up to hold it down whenever I was lame. Poetry was the light bulb that came on when I was done. Signed, sealed, and delivered when I heard I fucks with your soul echo out the back from the mouth of a nun while I was whipping with the intensity like it was the end of my run. But funny shit, I've been doing this since day one. Woo!
More for Blk Sol! Oh, each and every one of you we've heard from, and thank you for coming to support. Y'all are awesome. We will be back next month, and we hope we see you then. Y'all have a good night. Oh, thank you. Wonderful.